Oh yeah. Let's do it.
Hey, call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom!
Okay. We are supposed we are not supposed to be having audio breaking up a little bit. So, I really don't know what's going on here. My apologies if the audio is giving any kind of issues. My apologies. Must be the computer. I will now turn on my laptop and be here with you as a participant. So we will be right back. Take it away. Say hello to the audience while I connect in the other account.
Take it away. Hello, audience.
Hello, hello. What's up?
Hello, I'm the other Merle. Who are you, Jose?
Good, man. Good. You gotta give me a minute, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are live. It is Wednesday, June 15th of 2022. We are in the Boom Live. This is the is, and we are ready to rock and roll. All I ask you to do is if you could, I will appreciate if you hit the thumbs up under this video. I would really appreciate it. Hit a like, hit a like, hit a like. And if you can support, I will really appreciate that. I need you guys' help via PayPal or Super Chat, however you can. I'm feeling a lot better. I feel the heat of the Florida heat, sweating a little bit, very, very faint amount of fever that I was having in the past few days. But we are feeling good, excellent. I have a few links over here that I would like to share. These are by Earth is Live. I don't know if you're available. Earth is Live. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, Jose? Can you hear me? How's my audio?
Audio is pretty good.
Okay.
Is
So
it
remember
windy there?
our go ahead. I'm sorry, Leo. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just asking Jose, is it windy there?
Yeah, I gotta move this up a little bit. It's not windy. It's a little fan, little desk that I have because it's really hot. So I need wind on my face.
Okay.
All right, I have two videos to share. Earth is Live.
Oh,
I
the so yesterday we all know the conversation we had with Brian, right? And there was a part where I asked him if he watched the entire interview, right? He said he said that he watched the entire interview, but I don't want to say he didn't, but either he watched the entire 1 hour and 15 minutes of that interview, or maybe he just missed the part where they went over that footage he was talking about a second time. So if you watch, are you able to screen share, Jose? You don't have to actually play the interview, but I put in the comments of that video, I put 3 timestamps. Let me see if I can watch.
I am already screen shared, and the audience sees it on
Right.
YouTube.
Right. So if you go down to the comments, I put 3 timestamps.
All right. Go to the comments.
Go to the most recent comments. Right. So
Okay.
you see those three timestamps, right?
Yes.
So the one that Brian put in his video was the one at 54:30. That's the one that he put in his video. He was saying that, oh, it was cut, blah 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 blah. The guy said it was cut.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is he didn't progress and watch the rest of the interview where at 58:30 they go over that same footage again, but this time it's the uncut version of that footage.
Right, right, okay.
So remember how he was saying, "Oh, the guy said he said it right here. He said it was cut." Well, yeah, that's the part at 54:30 when they were talking about the edited footage. But he didn't go and continue watching. Had he continued watching at 58:30, he would have seen they actually started talking about the unedited footage, right? So there's that. And also, he doesn't want to talk about the footage at 52, where that's the other footage with the one with the clock going around in this, the sun going around in a circle, and you see the clock in the bottom of the screen or the watch. Yeah, I guess that's for a different video. Anyway, if you want if you want to go ahead and play the other video I sent you. Yeah, so this is me. I kind of go through and I explain how they edited that they edited footage for the documentary. So you can go ahead and play that for YouTube.
All right. This is by Earth is Live. Just uploaded recently. It still is unlisted. You're gonna list this up for your channel?
Yeah, probably, yeah, after this.
So I can share a link, right? This.
Yep.
All right. We're gonna copy this. Throw the link if you guys want to see it from the original source. Go ahead. We're gonna play this. It's 5 minutes, 18 seconds. If you're not watching my screen share, Leo Farmers Boy, click on my screen share, and we're gonna play this in 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Earth is Life, and I wanted to try and go through this 24-hour footage that we had a discussion with Brian on Jose's, and I'm going to show you exactly how they created the edited portion on the documentary. So let me see. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my original, because I've already created it, right? So here is the edited version that I created myself. So what they did was they started it here. They wanted to start the video on the mountain, right? Just for visual effect for the documentary, right? And what they did was they cut it right here. They cut it right here, and they joined. They moved that portion back. I'm going to show you exactly how they did it. And then they went around and they ended it on the mountain again, right? But this is how they did it. So I'm going to go back home and I'm going to go to the original version and I'm going to create it. So they wanted the begin and end on the mountain. So what they did was they started it on the mountain, right? So this right here will be the beginning of the cut, beginning of the video in the documentary. Let me see if I can get as close as possible right here. So they cut it right here. All right, so that'll be the beginning of the video. And they wanted to end it on the mountain again. So as you see here, this is the end of that clip, right? But what they did was, and the guy in the documentary explains it. They right here, when the sun goes behind the lamp, this is where they joined. Where he specifically said, this is where they join the two ends together. So I'm going to cut here, make another cut right here, bam, and I'm going to remove that little extra, right? So, and as you see here, let me see, where is it? Right here. They took this part right here, right there. The sun is behind the lamp, and they made another cut right here. So the rest of this is not even in that video. This is the portion of the video that's not even in that documentary. This little portion right here, this little 26 seconds is not in the documentary. So what they did was they took this part and they moved it to the end. They put it right here. Now it's not going to be perfect because my editing software is not perfect, but you'll see how it works. And they took this part and they removed it. Bam. So now this is how it is in the documentary, right? They wanted to start and stop on the mountain, so it goes around. I'm not going to speed it up because I just want to get you guys to get the full effect. And as you can see, I literally did it exactly how they would have done it when in the editing portion. All right, so now that cut is coming up to where they cut it. It's not, you're probably going to see a little bit of a skip because it's not perfect because my editing software is not the best. So right here is where they join the two ends together. And see, and going back to the beginning of the video, same clouds. That is exactly how they edited that video. So whatever, Brian, I hope this kind of explains it to you. This is how they edited that video. They cut it right here and they moved it to the end and they joined those two ends together right here. This is where they join those two ends together, right here. Right, and that's exactly what they're explaining. They took the original footage, they edited it, and they joined the two ends together right here. Now, I hope this kind of explains it to you, but if it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and check out the rest of my videos if you're interested. And as always, peace.
Pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour.
Shout out to Earth is Life. Very well done, man.
Right. So that kind of like I said, I hope that explains it for him. But I mean, with Brian, of course, he's gonna come back and say something about the shadows and the smoke coming out of the smokestacks. But I mean, it's pretty much that simple. Either he was either being dishonest, purposely not showing that part of the interview, or he honestly just missed it. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Earth is
it.
life. I think you did a fantastic job at showing. I mean, if you spent a lot more time, you could probably get it exactly perfect. But you don't want to spend 20 hours cutting stuff to make it look exactly the same.
Yeah. And again, I did that. I did that live. I didn't like write a script or anything. I just kind of talked through it as best I could. But again, I mean, if he claimed he watched the entire interview, which was an hour and 15 minutes long, he would have seen that they went over that footage twice. They talked about the edited footage, and then they showed the unedited footage. But maybe he didn't get that far in the video. I don't know.
He found when they spoke about the edited footage, that's all he needed. He didn't need to go further. That's why he wanted to talk about the edited footage. So it doesn't matter if out of context or just missing a lot of information. He just wanted to talk about that. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's an hour and 15 minutes long. I wouldn't expect him to, want to sit there and watch the whole thing. I did, I watched the entire thing. But like I said, maybe he missed it or he just kind of skimmed through it and missed that part. I don't know. But it is what it is. But that's all I really want to show.
Purposely, he missed it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I watched that thing, and the thing that I got out of it is that the video that got edited, this guy who actually has the uncut version, didn't have any control over the editing process. Am I incorrect?
No, he didn't. That was when they made the documentary. That was the editor's choice, was to end and to begin and end on the mountains for like a visual effect. and that was an editor's choice. So Brian, Brian, if you're listening, come on, man, come on, man.
Come on, man. How are you today, farmer's boy, man?
Hot.
Oh, you wanna have a war, don't you?
Do I? Who with?
Right now, farmer's boy, where I live is 34 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, well, I've got 24 and that's hot.
And that's not even the hottest it's supposed to get. Supposed to get up to 39 degrees Celsius.
So I saw in the chat that Anthony Riley was actually over in Gems, and he actually is.
Is
I
he?
haven't seen Gems. Yeah, he's actually in there. I'm not sure if he's still there, but I guess he was over there trying to defend Nathan Oakley and his mute button.
Jump in the shark. They got nothing better to do but to defend the undefendable.
Oh, yes, there he is. Yes, he's in there now. Yeah, glad I'm here.
I really wanted to say something like, why would you even show your faces on it? I mean, of course, he's not actually showing his face, but why would you even come around? Like
Well,
all of the shit that you've done and been caught doing, why would you even have the fucking balls to pipe up in any kind of conversation other than your your same echo chamber?
He wants his name to be mentioned. He wants to be talked about.
yes.
And he
Right.
succeeded by what you guys are doing. Like,
As a wise man once said, the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about.
It's true.
And he certainly knows how to get attention. They all do. They just say something face-palmingly stupid, and they all get spoken about.
In that vein, hi, Humongous.
I guess Jumongos and Elon Musk have too much money. They don't know what to do with it. Shout out to Jumongos. You want to share some? If you got too much excess, give me some, man. I need it. What are you doing? You walking over there, people?
They're doing another ceremony today, so I'm just kind of supervising, making sure that they set everything up correctly here. But
Yeah, we are hot mic coming through. So
okay. What do you hear? Like the leaf blowers?
like some weird background noises.
Yeah, it's the guys with the leaf blowers here.
Paul brings up a good point, guys. He says Lael must live really close to the sun because he's at 34C.
What is the C? Cont?
Celsius. I hope.
Cock?
What's up, Jose?
Cocking cunt?
Are you trying to channel your inner Nathan?
No, I don't know what that. I don't know what that is. Those are not term that I'm very familiar with. They put another log on the sun, probably, so it's burning a little hotter today. Is that a thing? Could that be possible?
No.
What's going on with my mute button? I pressed it once and it just press twice.
Did your finger
Uh,
stammer?
Yeah, at least today we don't have a fucking grinder in the background making background noise and shit.
That was quite something, wasn't it? Do you think he does that deliberately? Oh, Jose's out now. I'll start making noise.
His truck is not there. He's not there right now, you know. But when he arrives, yeah, he just does random stuff. Different days. And that's not the one, the loud one that is always here, mate. That's the other one. This is an older guy. That's why it was fucking strange because you have happened past few times that I did shows, just making noise. I don't know.
I have a quiz question for people in the room. If the sun has the Earth has 14 psi at sea level, and we have, the higher you go, the less pressure. Is the way the sun creates nuclear fusion is because there's a lot more pressure on its surface than there is on the Earth's surface. And when it releases that pressure, it creates fusion.
Let me, Jomangus, can you explain that to me? I got lost in that question. Can you translate it for me, Jomangus?
I thought Farmer's Boy would be able to answer that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand that question. Something about PSI.
I said if there's 14.7 psi at the surface of the Earth.
There is. So let's say, all right, there is 14.7 psi at the surface of the Earth. Now what?
On the surface of the sun, is the pressure greater, and when it releases that pressure, it causes the elements to fuse.
Nobody knows, Lil.
I would think it's a lot greater.
But
Did you say?
Go ahead.
Did you say nuclear fission instead of fusion?
No, I said fusion.
Yeah, I made that mistake once.
It's most definitely fusion. Something that we're still not capable of recreating just yet.
So the question is, if in the surface of the sun there's certain psi, something about the chemicals fusing together or whatever. I mean, what? So what? If you get an answer, what? Let's say that you got an answer, the right answer, Leo. Now, can you maybe jump to the conclusion so we can learn something new today?
I can't jump to a conclusion because I don't have one.
So let's say you don't get an answer. Let's say you don't get an answer. Then what?
We could move on.
Because I don't think we're gonna get the right answer. Or maybe we will. But because I don't think any of us is gonna get the answer, then we can just move on. This guy's lost. Hey, you lost. 47. Alright. Weirdo. Can I troll people in real life?
Only if you do it responsibly.
Yeah. But just like that, if I ask him something like you lost or something, what the hell? And then when I just call him weirdo, like loud enough so he can hear me calling him like that. Is that good? Good trolling.
Sure, but do it responsibly.
You got that one? You gonna live there? Huh? Damn, he ignored me. And I know you hear me. Keep walking.
How come you don't give out treats anymore?
Alright, I guess he ignored me. He didn't like that I call him a weirdo.
He probably didn't hear you.
No, he heard me. He heard me. He didn't. He just didn't want to face me. He said like, I mean, like he got a face. I got he probably think that I got a face that is gonna piss him off. Oh, and the cops in the other side come pulling through. Is he gonna call the cops because I called him weirdo? That's too fast now. Unless he got fucking, he was already connected talking to them. Mm. Oh man, a lot of traffic, a lot of cops lately. Last week there was a big mess, like a battle royale over here. Few houses down.
What?
Yeah, man, big mess and fucking people fighting, with girls and guys and whatever. I don't know.
Like
So,
like young people?
yeah, young people fighting,
Oh,
yelling, screaming.
Damn those young people.
Yeah,
Hopefully, this doesn't fuel the fire for flat earthers. The sun's velocity around the galaxy is 230 kilometers per second. Apparently,
Or they don't like big numbers.
it moves really fast.
no, it takes 200 million years to revolve around the galaxy.
Well,
yep.
that's
And
the
we'll
thing with
and
these
we both.
speeds. It has to be in relation to something, doesn't it?
You say the galaxy that any of how or any human have ever seen completely, that one galaxy. You saying?
Well,
Leo?
in our Milky Way galaxy, no one's seen the Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah, indeed, I know.
I think
I
it's
don't
an
think we've
interesting
got anything
concept.
even close to going outside the galaxy far enough to see the galaxy.
Yeah, but we think about these numbers in miles per hour and kilometers per second within our scale, our frame of mind, our reference point. But it's not that difficult to put yourself at a place where you could see the universe and realize how slow everything is actually moving on the big scale.
Yeah.
Yes, but 1,000 miles per hour should be able to be measured.
It did. It has been. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah. 15 degrees an hour. That's
No,
how
no, no, no,
fast.
no. But I say 1,000 miles per hour. I didn't say 15 degrees per hour. I say 1,000 miles per hour.
That's
It should,
speed, not rotation.
exactly that. So that's why I'm talking about speed. You want to talk about rotation?
But I'm not moving that fast.
Well, everybody in the surface of the Earth, around roughly close to the equator, are moving at 1,000 miles per hour. It
That's just
doesn't matter.
maybe I'm
It
nowhere
doesn't
near the
matter.
equator.
It doesn't matter if linear speed or angular speed or circular, whatever motion. The speed, miles per hour speed, is close to 1,000 near the equator. If you want to call in your area on the earth 300, 200 miles per hour, so be it. I'm talking about close to the equator and miles per hour.
I would say the only way you could measure it that it would have any meaning would be from a reference point outside the atmosphere, sitting still in relation to the Earth. Then you would realize it, but I don't know of any other way you could do that. And you think someone standing a foot off of the North Pole is moving at the same rate someone at the equator is. It's just got a different tangential speed.
I'm not moving. I'm sitting in my chair still.
Me too. I'm sitting still in my truck, but I'm going 70 miles an hour down the road.
Right. People on the equator might be doing 1,000 miles an hour, but at the moment where I'm sat, I'm doing 638.8 miles per hour.
So if I'm standing still in relation to the solar system, I am moving 1,000 miles per hour and more of club, 60 plus thousand miles per hour in relation to where I am in the solar system. It, it is scary speeds if you want to look at it by miles per hour. Now, if you want to do like Farmer's Boy and look at it by degrees per hour or degrees and stuff like that in other measuring method, it doesn't sound as scary. But the reality is, it's scary fast. The speed
No,
that we are moving.
it's not. And you
It is.
don't measure rotation in miles per hour.
It is scary fast, Farmer's.
Well, it doesn't scare me.
It doesn't scare me, but it's scary fast.
Nah.
It's scary fast, dude. I've been in a car 90 miles per hour, 100 miles per hour, and it's fucking scary. Think about that and multiply it by 10, 1,000 miles per hour. That's fucking scary fast.
Just 20 miles an hour can be scary if you're on your motorbike and filtering through 2 lanes of traffic, and you happen to have a lorry either side of you. That's scary.
Yeah, so 1,000 miles per hour is scary fast. Now
I,
think
I
about 60,
I tried to avoid
66,000.
doing that when I've got a lorry. If you just got one lorry to one side of you, it's not too bad. When you've got a bloody great big truck either side of you, yeah, you think one of them's just got to move a little bit, and you're going to get squashed.
Now think of it at the 60 plus thousand miles per hour that is actually moving the Earth, to complete this circuit around the sun in a solar year, it's fucking scary fast.
Nah.
Well, it is scary fast. You know yourself. It depends on the situation. 20, 30 miles per hour is fast. So you're telling me 60, 70,000 miles per hour is not fast? You cannot double speak like that, Farmer's Boy. Not to me, man.
Well, it all depends on what you're measuring that speed in relation to.
It is a speed is a speed.
Well, it might scare you, but it doesn't scare me.
It doesn't scare me.
I've been
Yeah,
doing it
I'm not
all
scared
my
about it.
life.
I'm not scared about it. It doesn't
That's
scare
good.
me, but it is scary.
Only if you're a flirt.
No, it is scary speeds when you are a human being and you've been in a car driving 100, 150 miles per hour. You've been in a motorbike going over 100 kilometers per hour and it's very fast. To every single human being on earth, 1,000 miles per hour is very fast and it's very scary. It doesn't have to scare you, but it's a scary speed. It's scary fast. That if you just stop flat, if you just hit something solid that is not actually not moving at all, and you go into that speed, it is scary what's going to happen.
Good morning.
What?
Hello.
How are you doing, Jose?
Doing all right. I'm feeling decently fine.
You sound a bit better than the other day.
I'm good. I feel great, man. Yep.
So I used to have a car. It was in like an 86 Ford Aerostar van, but it had a all digital instruments. Like it had like LCD in there, and so you could hit a button with your knee to change between kilometers an hour and miles an hour. And so it would have been good if you wanted to scare someone, you just bump that button with your knee and you say, "Look how fast we're going." Because kilometers an hour reads a lot higher for a given speed.
Well, that's the thing about it. Let's just imagine the Earth stopped, and I don't mean that it stopped abruptly and threw us all off, but we wouldn't know the difference if it were rotating or not, because the force that we are experiencing is below our ability to sense that change in direction. It's just so slow that we just don't notice it.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, if you're wanting to make it sound ridiculously fast, yeah, we're moving 1,000 miles an hour. No, there's no way. Yeah, I guess if you look at it that way, it can sound ridiculous.
It does sound ridiculous. It sounds creepy. It sounds scary. But I mean, it's the reality. It's not. It's nothing to be. It's nothing to be offended for saying that the Earth is rotating at 1,000 miles per hour in the equator. I'm rounding up, and I'm just in layman's terms saying it that way.
Right.
Yes, there's reference of references, and depends where you are versus looking from within or outside of any reference. But still, it's a reality. There's no need to get offended or try to change it really quick to 15 degrees per hour. You don't have to do that. It is what it is. It's the reality. I mean, not the flat earthers want to use that as a meme and say, "Ha! If you believe that, you're a joke." That's them. I don't care. I couldn't give a fuck what they believe. What they think that is possible or not. It is what it is. It's reality. Well, it's reality. Deal with it. That's the go-to. Blockbusters, Jedinism, and 90% of the flat earthers say, if you believe you're moving at 1,000 miles per hour, ha ha ha, you're crazy. That's the go-to. That's the rebuttal. That's the rebuttal. That's it. I say I don't have to believe it. It's measurable. It's a fact. It's reality. It's no believe or not. It is what it is. Now, if they don't want to believe it, so be it. They got the right to not to believe it. Now, do they have the right to preach it and try to tell me that I'm wrong when reality is the measured reality and the data collected is what it is? I'm not sure. They can say they don't believe me. They don't believe it, but they don't get to change me or tell me that I'm wrong when reality is on my side.
That's right. I was kind of hoping Brian Leakey would show up and let us know that he finally figured out that he was wrong the other day.
Oof. Won't get your hopes up.
People
Can I?
did a nice video clip, and in the original video where those the editing on the 24 hours, people timestamp. He put 3 timestamp in the comment section, and if Brian came in, we could go to those 3 timestamps and listen to it for a minute or so. Maybe he will. Maybe something will click on Brian, and then he will realize, like, oh shit, I grab a clip from this segment and not for this segment. He was confused. But what I keep hearing is people play their games, play the flat earthers games, Play the- which is fun to play the game, and yeah, I'm not encourage you not to do it, but people play their game when they go through a script of questions. They want to do what they don't like others to do them. They don't want to be put in the spot to answer yes or no questions. They don't want to be put in the spot to be like like if they were in a court, in the front of court and being interrogated. They don't like that, but they like doing that. And then some of the globe people play the game and they just go with their script. Fuck them. Shit. I don't like when Bob does it. I tell Bob, no, it's not an interrogation. Don't expect a yes or no, and then you just gonna give a presentation and an essay and make a big yes equations and explain the meanings of life and all this shit. It's not gonna work out. It's gotta be a back and forth. And I don't allow them to do the same, interrogating other people on the yes or no, and then they keep just ranting. No, but a lot of people, all the platforms allow it. Oh well.
Did I miss Chris Berry the other day?
Nobody's ever missed Chris. Not even his mother. Not even his mother. Ah, Chris!
He was in the chat. He came into
Hi.
the call. He came into the call maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Someone said hi, Chris, and I said hi.
Different Chris.
You're not Chris, you're Leo.
Actually, my first name is Chris.
We know.
No, you're Leo.
But you're low.
It's a conspiracy.
That's what it is.
Why admit you are wrong when doubling down is more fun? It's a good question.
Oil is a conspiracy to hide my real name.
Silence.
Brian doesn't even know what east is. How is he going to understand video editing?
Oh, that's right. He said out of his own mouth that latitude lines were not east and west.
Well, they ain't north and south.
Latitude lines are north and south. Longitude lines are east and west.
No, latitude's
No.
east and west.
You travel
Huh?
along a longitude line. Which direction are you going?
I guess it depends on how you look at it. If I'm traveling west, however many miles it takes to go to 1 degree,
Wait,
I'll cross
wait,
the
wait.
longitude line.
Longitude lines are north and south.
That's what I'm saying. If I travel west far enough, I'll cross a longitude line.
Yes,
Yes.
it's going north-south.
Yes, and latitude lines are 90 degrees to those longitude lines, which denotes east and west. It's very simple. And he said the sun does not on the equinox. He said the sun doesn't come up in the east; it comes up due east. What?
Now that one's baffling. Isn't due east part of being east?
I would imagine.
Next time you're driving home, you need to call your manager left lane and tell him, I'm not heading east, I'm heading due east.
Yeah. And thirdly, and I think this is all, but he was calling lines of sight great circles.
So if I look at my wall and that's a line of sight, that's a great circle.
That's what he said.
Well, I agree with that. So I don't know what the problem with a line of sight. So if I'm looking at something off in the distance between me and the thing in the distance, that path is the shortest path. That's the line of sight. That is a great circle.
I guess it depends on how far you're looking, Larry.
No. Why? What if I'm 100 feet or 100 miles? Is there a difference?
If I'm sitting 3 feet from my wall looking at my wall, it's not a great circle, it's just straight.
No, it is. No, I'm still saying that is in fact just a really, 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 really small portion, but that is in fact. You don't have to use different maps. You can use the same maps.
Wait. You are calling a line of sight a great circle. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I am.
Could I jump
So
in?
your line of sight to an object, say beyond the horizon that you can see the top of, your line of sight is not the same line as the line would be across the ground.
I think maybe what we would say is that a line of sight is directly over a great circle.
There you go. That's I probably I did. You're right. You could be looking. I don't know. Never mind. Forget I said it.
Yeah, what if you're line around and up at the sky? That's not a great circle.
Someone in chat brought up a good point. Lemon bird, lemon bird, lemon bird.
Fuck's sake.
Oh my gosh. Oh, lemon.
Shout out to Lemon Bird. Where is he?
I don't think he's in chat.
Is it brew time again?
What
Getting
would
that way, innit? Dangerously close.
what would
With
Eric
the way.
What would Eric Dubay say about this?
I have no idea. I don't talk to Eric Debate.
No. How come?
Probably because he doesn't talk to anyone else besides flat earthers.
What?
He refuses to debate MC Toon or anybody else for that matter.
I've never seen him anywhere. I mean, I would think, just thinking about it, it's someone as significant to the movement as he is that he would be around, but he's not.
He's a paid actor for Flat Earth.
If he is seen hanging out with random people, then he will stop being important. He believes he is important even though he is not. But because he believes he's important, if he is found talking to different people, then he'll stop being what he is not. Does that make sense?
Which idiot are we talking about?
Eric Dubay.
Oh, he's not important.
Yeah, but he
It's
believes
moron.
he is. But he believes he's important.
I
So is
believe
it-
wow.
I'm important.
Is it the same as Jumongus, the person who thinks he's most important in chat?
No, Humongous is one of the most important persons in the show. One of them.
Someone made a good point. Gleam. Apparently he's vanished, hasn't he?
He is what?
Gleam vanished for a while, I guess.
I ain't seen him around in ages. Oh dear, what a shame. Another clueless fuckwit.
What's Gianna Dior mean?
Oh, what?
Jumongus says Gianna Dior, Gianna Dior, Gianna Dior.
I have no idea what that is. What is that?
I have no idea. That's why I asked. It seems Spanish.
Hello.
Well, someone's trying to summon flat Earth data.
What's flatter data? Just talking loud in places. Really?
I just looked it up. I just looked it up. Gianna Dior is a porn star.
Oh.
Of course.
I'll have to look into that.
Of course she is. Antarctica.
So you remember the Non Sequitur show had one of them on interviewing her a while ago. She was an ex. I think what she was an ex missile tech from the Navy, and then decided to get into porn. Interesting young lady.
A laudable
Yeah.
laudable career.
Served her country and then served her country.
Many times.
Many times.
Former Q.
I believe she called herself Mercedes, which is, part of the course, I suppose.
I don't know why I associate her being someone that she was to being a porn star to my situation, having a biology degree and driving a big truck. And I guess I would have to show you a paycheck to explain it.
Yeah.
It could have been better. Yeah, she could have been a flat earther. Flat earthers have plenty to teach the world.
What, like all those things that you shouldn't do, all the things you should do, like pay attention at school. Listen to the teacher rather than eating the crayons and licking the windows.
They say, I haven't citation, please. Any flat earther, give me a name of any flat earther that say that you must lick the windows or eat the crayons. Go ahead. Oh, you don't have that because you make that up.
Oh, yes, obviously. Well, they must have been doing something else because they sure as hell weren't paying attention.
Yeah, probably they were not paying attention, but there's no evidence of they doing those other two things that you say they were doing. They could have been drawing with the crayons. Could be evidence of that.
Could be, yeah.
But eating them? No. No. Flat earthers probably they, for those who are in school, if they were honest flat earthers, they don't have to just learn what the teachers teach them in order to just make it through the class and the grades and they want the years after years of school. They can actually learn what the teachers are teaching, but they must ask lots of questions to the teachers. And do the teachers know the answers to those questions? If there was an honest flat earther, I don't think the teachers do know the answers to some of these questions. To be honest, I wish I went back to school and I wish I was to see what would happen. Would they fail me because I was asking follow-up questions to the teachers, to the things they taught me? Uh, who knows? We'll never know. And I wish I was more open-minded and more willing to learn, to actually learn, and not just make it through and just make it through school and just learn everything they taught me and repeat it in a and regurgitate it and repeat it and to in order to pass a grade and a year after year after year. I wish I didn't do that. I wish I actually learned what they taught me. But that was not in my times in school. That was not a prerequisite for you to graduate and go past the grades in school. All you needed to do is learn what the teachers told you, learn what you read in the books. By learn, mean memorize. That's what I mean. You just had to memorize a lot. And that way you could graduate high school. That was in my time in school. I don't know. I don't have, I mean, my little nieces, she go to school, but I don't know. I mean, I knew the education system when I graduated high school and my nephews were going to school and I used to help them in, homeworks and stuff. And it was still the same thing. all they had to do was memorize all the information, and then they made it through school. Nowadays, I don't know how it is. I hope teachers actually teach things and students actually are learning things and not just memorizing like they did 30 years ago.
There, I spammed my latest infographic.
What is it?
It's confirming the dip angle correction that the sextant math uses. In other words, when a mariner uses a sextant to take a reading of an angle of a star or something, he puts into the formula the square root of his height above the water to correct for Earth curve. And I measured the angle down to the horizon from 3 different heights with a theodolite to see how close it came, and it came pretty close.
So me looking over here at this, I don't understand what I'm looking at.
You're looking at the horizon, the crosshairs pointing at the horizon, and then the angle readout, the VA line is the vertical angle in degrees, minutes, and seconds. And so when the observer is down near the water, then the angle's pretty shallow, and the higher you go, the more dip angle there is.
I don't. No, you went too fast explaining this to me. I don't understand none of those terms that you just say.
Well, dip angle is the angle that you look down from eye level to see the horizon.
Right. And what is that here in this?
What is what?
What is that deep angle? What is that here?
So the dip angle is the number on the second line in the little readout that says that starts with VA. It stands for vertical angle.
Okay.
And then that's degrees, minutes, and seconds.
I don't understand that.
Oh, well, a degree, there's 360 degrees in a circle. We knew that. And then they divided each degree into 60 minutes, like a minute to an hour, except it's a 60th of a degree. And then just like they divided each minute into 60 seconds, they divided each arc minute into 60 arc seconds. So then the third number is a 60th of the second number, and the second number is a 60th of a degree. I don't know if that makes sense.
It doesn't, not to me.
It's just how, yeah. It's just how surveyors and mariners write down angles, basically. But you could just convert it to degrees.
But then I see over here a crosshair. But the crosshair is double in the left, double in the left, doubling down.
Yeah, that is the way the theodolite is, and I think they do that so that you can either put the crosshair right on at the target, or if you want, you can put the target between the two crosshairs. You can kind of like look between the crosshairs at the target. If you're like looking at a really tiny light and the crosshair blocks it out or something, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a lot of sixes in there. It sounds a little satanic to me.
Oh, and look, there's some threes too.
But then the second one, what is going on here? See the different number? Yeah.
That one is, instead of 2 feet above the water, it's 16 feet above the water. And instead of being almost no angle, it is like a 20th of a degree.
Where do you get 15 feet above the water?
What's that?
Where do you get 15 feet above the water by looking at this number?
Say the question once more.
Where did you get 15 degrees, 15 something feet above the water?
Where do I go to get 15 feet above the water?
You say this is 15 feet above the water in the second one. Or you didn't say that. Maybe I misheard it.
Yeah, no, it's 16 feet. 16.5 feet.
Where did you get that from? There's
Oh,
nothing
how do I
says
know?
in here.
Oh, how do I know that's how far above the water I was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the theodolite has it's a laser rangefinder on it, except it's just an infrared LED. So I can put like a surveyor reflector down at the water's edge, and then tip the survey or the theodolite down and hit the measure button, and it'll actually measure the distance to that, and then tell me how many feet below my center of eye level it's looking. So I measured that with the rangefinder on the theodolite.
But it's not here logged anywhere, right? I don't see it. It's 6 high anywhere here.
Yeah, no, it's not on this one.
I guess I'll take your word for it.
Oh, you're such a
Does
good
it
guy.
does it
It
act
says here, but
as
this can be typed here. Any number can be typed here anyway.
Oh yeah.
does it act as a periscope essentially?
Well, it
In
acts
simple
like.
terms.
Well, I mean, a periscope is more specifically for letting you see up above the water when you're under the water in a submarine, and this is just like more like a telescope or a rifle scope.
But does it lift you 15 feet high?
I don't.
Is it essentially the same as standing on a 15-foot step ladders? Or have we got it wrong?
I'm not sure I understand the question. My eye level was
When you said
16.
it lifted it 15 feet, is that physically 15 feet? Are you 15 feet higher, or does the theodolite change it somehow?
I'm not sure what you're asking. The theodolite and my head was 16 and a half feet above the surface of the water at the time of the
So
observation.
you were physically 15 feet high on
Yes,
a
yes,
15
sir.
foot. Right, that's just. I think that was the confusion. I was thinking of theodolite had a periscope function.
Oh, no, no.
Oh, right.
No.
I'll keep
And
quiet.
then the other one says that you are at 58 feet. Are you up in the hill, in the mountain, in a kite, in a helicopter, or what?
I'm on a bluff, actually. And it's about 53 feet, and I was about 5 feet above that.
You bluffing?
Haha. The wind was bluffing.
Okay, I guess. Now, questions. Anybody here?
I'm
Me,
sorry.
look,
Go ahead, Jose.
me looking at this, I don't find this compelling at all. I don't find this that because I don't understand how to read these numbers. I don't know. I'm
So,
illiterate into this. Anybody found this information great?
Jesse, real quick, are you pointing your theodolite down at the horizon? Is that what this is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. So the horizon has dropped, Jose. That's what he's showing.
And it's dropped almost as much as the globe model says it should.
So it is no longer at eye level. It has dropped a small amount.
Yes. Well, the bottom one, it's dropped a tenth of a degree. 6 minutes is a tenth of a degree, because 60 minutes would be a whole degree.
That's what I just get lost 100%, and I'm going to just page one again to where I'm just looking at the art in the hard cover of the book.
Basically, it's saying, okay, on the globe model, as you go up, the horizon should drop a specific amount. Right? If you went up 50 feet, that would correspond with the amount of drop needed for a globe of our size.
I understand that, but
Right.
but then you tell me the amount of the drop, and you give me a time. You give me minutes or seconds.
That's just how you measure degrees and minutes.
You know what?
I understand. It's kind of a little bit weird.
I'm gonna put degrees in. I'm gonna put degrees in. It's not hard, and then other people will understand because I suspect some of the people I may end up giving this to won't
Because when you say minutes, some
understand.
people think that's why it's a little weird.
Yeah, I made this for QE because I was in 24/7 the other day and they stuck him on me like you stick a dog on someone, and within seconds he changed the topic to celestial navigation, and then within seconds of that he ran away.
Why would you even waste your time trying to explain anything to that guy?
Well,
Really?
they asked me to, and but it didn't last long.
Yeah.
They kind of worship him there. They if
If you ever get a chance, you should. If, when it comes to celestial navigation, you should ask him how would you navigate to two places in the southern hemisphere. How would you figure out the distance between two places in the southern hemisphere
yeah,
using celestial navigation?
I was also going to see if he wanted to go in halves with me on Toon's offer of $10,000. Toon has a challenge up, $10,000 for anybody who can do some celestial navigation fixes using no spherical math.
Yeah, he's had that for a while. No one will ever take that challenge. I think Brian tried. He's the only one that actually tried.
Yeah, it's just surprising they're still making the argument that you can't navigate, or that celestial navigation wouldn't work on a globe.
I'd like for them to actually try it on the globe, like see if they can actually, do the math and do the calculations, and then do it on the globe model.
Yeah, he did for fun. He did $100 challenge for doing it on the globe model, and of course some globe he did it in like a minute.
Yeah.
He should do it again, but restrict it to still $100, but restrict it to flat earthers only.
Yep. Yep. Just to see if they actually understand the concept. See, I don't ever get into the celestial navigation debate because I don't know too much about using sextant, so I never really get into it. Yeah, it would be good to see if they actually know how to navigate using a sextant on the globe model, using the globe model.
People, we got Brian Leakey join us.
Okay. What's up, Brian?
Y'all must not watch Empty Tune, man. I did it on a globe and a flat, but he wouldn't pay me because he said that the map was a globe. But which is fair. I didn't really expect to get the money, but he but I was showing him how we would get these angles and we would think it's a globe, and mathematically how we would think it's a globe even on a flat plane. So that was my whole argument. It's a map, right?
I think the distances will be a little different on a flat plane, though.
Yeah, I explained that. That was the whole point. Is gave him a mathematical model, or the refraction model, my refraction model, and showed him how that equates to distances, and worked it out. It came within 10 miles.
The problem is that the way your refraction model, light doesn't bend that much. But anyway, did you watch the first?
I bet you can.
I'm sorry.
And I give you angles.
You're breaking up, Brian. You're breaking up, Brian.
I heard something about I bet you can't. No, I can't do celestial.
No, I was going to challenge you. I was going to challenge you if I give you 3 stars and angles. You think you could do it? Not easy.
I don't know much about celestial navigation, so.
Well, let me explain it. Basically, each star at a given point in time, each star is over a certain point of the Earth. In other words, it's called the GP, or the ground position. If you were at that point, you would look straight up and see that star. So when you're not under that star, you take an angle reading, and however many degrees it is away from straight overhead, that's how many degrees on the surface of the Earth you are away from that ground point. So you take a fix on one star, and then you've got literally, you say you're 18 degrees from that ground point. So now that places you, you don't know which side of that ground point you're on, but you're 18 degrees from it. So you draw a circle around that ground point, 18 degrees away from it, and then you take a fix to another star, and because your almanac tells you the distance from all these different, the locations in degrees on the surface of the Earth for all these different ground points. And you take a fix to another star, and you're, say, 20 degrees from that star's ground point. So you draw a circle 20 degrees away from that ground point. Now you've got two circles, and those two circles crosses in two places. You're at one of those two crossing points. Now you take a reading from a third star, and you get, say you're 40 degrees from the ground point of that star. You draw a circle 40 degrees around that star's ground point. Now the three circles all cross in one spot, and that's where you are. Does that sort of make sense?
Are you a flat earther, Jeff?
Not really.
Not really. Are you like open-minded though, like on some of the shit, but just don't believe it's flat?
Well, I've had a very difficult time finding flat Earth evidence, and I've had a very difficult time finding flat earthers who will actually honestly address the contradictions I see.
Yeah, to me, I can understand both sides of the argument, man. And by truthful, I don't think nobody knows exactly what the world is, man. It's impossible to know for sure. Globe model mathematically, as far as the heavens, here's how I see it. If you're going to look at the stars and the heavens and all that, and the celestial sphere or the celestial dome, then you're gonna have a stronger case arguing the globe. If you're looking at the ground and like what we see, measurements, shit like that, I think you're gonna have a stronger argument for a plane. That's my honest opinion.
Well, you want to look at the ground with me for a minute?
Oh man, I've been in this forever, man. I wanted to see. Do you know? So how do you get the location of a star? Like if I'm shooting Arcturus, how do I get the location of Arcturus?
You mean where its ground point is?
Yeah.
Well, someone's been there and measured it, or someone's measured the angles to it from different known locations.
I mean, if I'm navigating, and I have an almanac, and I got an angle to Arcturus and two other stars, how do I find out the location of Arcturus?
You mean if you're the first guy to ever try to celestially navigate?
No, I have an almanac.
You got a map.
I have an angle to Arcturus. Yeah, I have a map, an almanac, and an angle to Arcturus. How do I find out the position of Arcturus?
So you got a map, and it tells you where Arcturus is going to be at a given point in time on that map, right?
No. What kind of map says where Arcturus is going to be at a given time?
The celestial map.
What's a celestial map, dude?
It shows the position.
It's the point where I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jesse.
It shows the point at a given point in time where a given star will be directly overhead on the surface of the Earth.
Can you show me that? Because I'm afraid, that don't exist. But if you could show me, I'd be shocked.
Just look up. Just look up. Is Arcturus always at the same latitude?
What's that got to do with it, bro? You are jumping there.
No, if Arcturus is always at the same latitude, then that tells you that you already know the latitude of the ground point of Arcturus, right?
No, I'm looking for a map. Okay, you said a celestial map that'll tell you the position of the stars.
I could actually use stellarium.
Yeah, still it's built into Stellarium. It's, we've got electronic means now, but they had it all written down back then. Every star has a latitude, okay? You know how the North Star stays just right at the North Pole?
Yeah, if they want to rock, I'll
Navigation.
pull out
Hold
on
on,
you.
Give me a minute, people. I'm talking about celestial navigation. If I'm out at sea with an almanac, a map, and either a compass or a freaking or a freaking sextant. Okay, now I just got an angle for Arcturus. How do I derive the location of Arcturus? If I don't
Okay.
have Stellarium or whatever it is you're talking about, how do I get it? How do I get my point? How do I get the point of Arcturus to know my point? That's the whole question.
Because at a specific time, a specific place on Earth, that star is going to be directly above you. It's that simple.
How do I find that out, B-Ball? That's my question. Give me a minute with Jesse, man. I know you don't know. Let me see if Jesse knows.
I explained it to you, right? You wherever
missed out on the key points, bro. So I had to go through this and learn it, bro. I had to go through this and learn it. You haven't done it yet, so just give me a minute, B-Ball.
But I can understand it because it's pretty simple, just like I said.
Okay, then tell me. Okay, right now. Just hold on. He's about some very important details in his explanation, which when I know, it's a simple question, bro. Simple question.
Yeah, I'm trying to answer it and you keep cutting me off. I'm trying to answer it. Okay. You go to the place on Earth where that star would be directly above you.
What if I'm out at sea, B-Ball, and I'm not at that place?
You travel. You point your boat towards that star, and you keep going straight until that star is directly above you.
Okay, listen, I'm trying to get the fix. Okay, and I'm looking at Arcturus. I have an angle. Okay, and I have an angle to two other stars. Okay, I'm not pointing my boat at them yet. Okay, I'm pointing my sextant at them. I get an angle. Okay, what's the next step? What's the next step once I have three angles to three stars?
Oh, once you've got three angles to three stars? Well, you got to know what time it is, because that determines the latitude of the GP for each of those stars. Just draw where those stars' GPs are on a globe. For that point in time that you took the measurements.
Wait, what? Wait, all I have is an angle, bro. All I have is an angle. Well, I'm asking for the next step. Okay, not drawing on a globe. What's the next step? I'm out at sea. Okay, I mean, I didn't bring a globe. I guess you could say, okay, I did bring a globe. Okay, now I got an angle to Arcturus. Now you're saying that just say the latitude, okay? Where am I going to get the latitude? I don't get it. I'm asking for the next step, bro.
You mean, how do you know? I'm not sure what you're asking, but
to know where I'm at, bro. Okay, I don't know the latitude to Arcturus. Okay, all I know is the angle to it, and I have an almanac. So,
okay. Well, no, the latitude of Arcturus is in your sky map or your almanac or whatever. It's even in Stellarium. So you already that's how you know is you already know the GP of Arcturus.
Do you think the almanac gives me the latitude to Arcturus?
Something does. I don't know if it's the almanac or a sky chart or what, but it's something gives you the.
I challenge you to find anywhere. Give me the latitude of Arcturus right now, or within the next 30 minutes, approximately. It ain't even got to be exactly perfect, but show me where you can look at an almanac and get the latitude to Arcturus.
Okay.
I have it right now. I'm having it on the screen. You can actually see Arcturus. You just click on Arcturus. You see right ascension, declination. You have all the altitude, azimuth of the star. You got all the necessary information.
But it's not that easy. Okay, it's not that easy, and it doesn't say latitude.
In Stellarium, you actually can see the satellites that cross your side.
I already specified we don't have Stellarium. Okay, we're out there with an almanac, okay, a sextant, and a map.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go like 19 19th century, you can do it that way too. So I think MC Tunes got some
Yeah, but hold on,
really
man.
good
Hold on.
explanation on
Wait,
it.
wait, 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 wait. Once Jesse concedes, then you could be next. But
No, I'm
let me
not conceding. I'm just
I
researching.
tell you what. All right, yeah,
Okay.
research. Yeah, like I said, go look at. I had to learn all this bullshit to do MC Tunes challenge and all that. So yeah, look it up. Anyway,
Okay.
go ahead.
Brian.
I'll pass it on to the next guy.
Brian. Okay, so in answer to your question, declination is the astronomical equivalent of latitude. Declination
There you
is
go.
an
There you go. Now you're talking.
Don't cut me off. Declination is an angular distance of a point, north or south of the celestial equator, a projection of the Earth's equator into space. Declination is measured in degrees from minus 90 degrees to plus 90 degrees. So the declination would be the latitude of the ground point, right?
Yeah, I already read all that. See, now you're looking. See.
Okay, now
So
listen.
you got a declination. Go ahead.
So the declination of Arcturus is 19 degrees, 10 minutes, and 56 seconds. And that will be in your chart. It will literally be in your star chart. It'll tell you the declination and the right ascension of every star that you're going to be navigating from. It's in there.
Wait, so the declination, yeah, exactly. You get the declination, and that's how you get your latitude. But it's based on your position, and it's based on the your position to Aries. Okay, so it doesn't tell you the latitude of Arcturus. You got to get your position, your angle to Aries to figure that shit out. That's the answer I was looking for. And then you get then you figure in the declination and the right ascension to get your azimuth basically.
No,
And,
actually, they don't change. They don't change. They don't change. Altitude azimuth of the star, it changes, but the right ascension and declination doesn't change. It's always the same.
What do you mean? How can the right
If you-
ascension not change when it's going
if you
around
s-
in a big circle?
If you see my screen, if you click on my screen, you may see these green lines represent altitude azimuth lines. They're basically from zero. I will show you the. So this is the ground level, and it follows the ground level. And right ascension and declination doesn't change. It's always the same. The altitude and azimuth of the star changes based on the location and the time.
Yeah, based on what? So if it never changes, then what's the difference? If you're saying the declination and the azimuth.
You can find out the difference between right ascension and declination and altitude and azimuth. So that's how you calculate where you are. But I'm not really good at navigation. I'm just basically just guy who just take pictures of the night sky. That's all. So I know something, but I don't know everything, you know. And Stellarium is really good to find out all the angles, and it's great to find the location of the stars, even the satellites.
That's your declination and that's your angle to that star's angle to Aries. That never changes, okay? But listen, what does change, and this is how you find out, is you got to get your fix on Aries, okay? And yeah, he was right with the time. You need the time and your fix on Aries, because that's how you determine where Arcturus is at. You need to know where Aries is at. You see? So the declination and the azimuth absolutely changes, but it doesn't give you the information to every single star. It gives you the information to Aries, and then almost done, and then the angle to then you just take your figure from Aries to the star, basically, in simple terms. Which Aries is basically the celestial equator, basically. But there's a constellation, I do believe. But anyway, man, it's a lot to learn, man. It's a lot to learn. It's not simple. I will say that, and maybe I don't have everything 100% right, but I can. Takes me a minute. Somebody experience could probably give you a fix within a few minutes, man. It took me a little longer than that, but I still got it. You know, it's not as easy as people think. I'll say that. It's not nearly as easy as people think. Like GPS, getting an angle and calculating. And one other thing. The height to stars are nowhere in the formula height to stars is irrelevant. So anytime you Globers challenge about the height to Polaris or shit like that, I know they have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to celestial navigation, because height's not even a factor.
You mean like distance?
When has anyone claimed distance to a star had anything to do with celestial navigation?
Yeah, height. Well, I get it. I hear people say that all the time. Like when I'm talking about celestial navigation, they're talking about
Only other
the
flat
height
earthers.
to stars.
They're talking about the height above the horizon.
Yeah, they talk about altitude azimuth of the star. So altitude of the stars, they didn't talk about the distance from
No, it's never a factor. Right?
ground.
Height, never have to worry about the height to a star. Even how would you get the height to your star? If like when y'all challenge angles to Polaris, how would you do it? Can you tell me the math, Howard? How you get your height to a star on your model?
Are you talking about angular elevation or altitude?
Or distance?
No, I think you're talking about stellar. You mean distance? They use stellar parallax.
Well, you always ask me the height to stars, so I'm challenging y'all. Can you please give me your height? Show me how you work out your height to Polaris.
They use stellar parallax, Brian.
Yeah, well, let's see it. Show me the height, please.
Well, you're talking about how high the star is above the surface of the Earth, or are you talking about the elevation above the horizon?
Whatever you ask me whatever y'all ask me all the time, maybe not you in particular, but I've got a question asked him probably at least 500 times in the years. So however you get the height, when you ask me the height to Polaris, okay, not the angle, the height, you ask me from two different places, okay, or however you do it. I want to see on a globe you work out the height to Polaris from two different spots.
He's on about the angle, not the distance.
Yeah, the angle above the horizon, you use a sextant.
Yeah, he's not on about the actual distance in miles or light years between us and Polaris. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So next time you ask me for the height to Polaris.
We don't ask you for the height to a star, for fuck's sake.
Okay.
Maybe some other people do, actually.
Yeah, it's the angle above the horizon, which sometimes people say height. That's all it is.
Yeah, we're not asking for the distance.
Anybody okay, that doesn't prove nothing. We don't know how high it is.
Hey, hey Brian, can we?
May I
I'm
ask
sorry.
Brian my question while I'm still here?
Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
Lubo, last question, and then we will gonna have a go. But before that, I want to thank everybody for watching. Can you shut the fuck up for a minute? I just want to thank everybody for being here, checking into the festivities. There are 46 of you watching, so thank you very much. Please hit the like. There's only 21 thumbs up, and you can also share the show. And please support. I haven't gotten anything today on PayPal or Super Chat, so if anybody would like to hook me up, I got. Today's the 15th. I got till the 31st to get out of a big hole that I am in. So any little bit that you can help me out with, to everybody listening now, recorded, everything little bit helps. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Lubo, you want to make your last point, and then Earth Live is gonna go there. Now's the chance, man. Shout out to everybody for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Walter Bisling, if you're not speaking, can you mute yourself? Getting a little bit of a background noise from your end. Shout out to you. Good to see you, Walter Bisling.
Sorry, I was muted. I muted myself. So, can I share my screen, please, and ask a question to Brian? So, right now, I'm sharing the screen of Stellarium. That's a representation of what I can actually see in the sky. And what you can see, when there's dark enough, when it's good weather, you can see satellites crossing the sky. And I can just click on Stellarium and I see exactly which satellite is it. So I would like to ask Brian, how is that possible? when people flat earthers say that space exploration is fake, how is it possible that I can actually see those satellites with my naked eye, and I can just click and straight away know which satellite it is?
Celestial dome. Okay, here's the difference. Okay, take the dome and curve that instead of the ground. Just curve the celestial dome and keep the ground flat instead of curving the ground and keeping the celestial sphere flat. Like I think the
That
universe,
didn't
I
answer
think the
the
whole
question.
universe is flat in a globe model. The galaxy's flat, the solar system's flat, flatter than the Earth. By mathematical comparison, and the whole universe is actually flat.
None of that answered the question, but if you want to
Yeah.
try again.
I think the question was about seeing satellites or something like that.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
satellites right in the sky, and I click on Stellarium, and I exactly know which satellite is crossing the sky.
Wonderful.
So, can you explain? I mean, do you believe in satellites or not?
Do I believe in satellites?
He did yesterday.
Yes.
Sure. Why are you talking about
Sure.
satellites? You never answered my question, man. Is you going to give me the height to your star? You know, you're jumping topics, man.
I gave you. I gave you. I'm just
We already
sharing the
told
screen,
you.
and because on my screen, in my screen right now, I can see all the satellites that are crossing above my head. I can see their names. So maybe
We don't
you can
see your
explain
screen,
what are
man.
they and
Can
where they
anybody else see
crossing.
his screen?
Yeah, we see it
You can just click. You can just click on me, and you can see my screen.
in the Discord.
We all see the screen.
Yeah, on the
Discord
Discord.
and YouTube.
And
Is your screen showing a guy with a forehead, with a red forehead?
No, that's not. That's
No, he's got the camera. He
same.
says screen share. He's showing his camera on some kind of a virtual camera, but he's in his name, Lubo in
Yeah,
China.
I can click on the screen. When I click,
Okay,
it
I see
doesn't
it. I
even
see it.
go through.
I see it now. I see it.
Yeah. So you can see all the satellites that cross the sky. You see they come from all the directions, so wind cannot expand it because they would
Wait. Your height.
with
You saying
winds
you
like
showed
that.
me your height to your star. You said the height. Okay,
Oh,
I
yeah,
get
it's
challenged
over here.
all the
Yeah,
time.
it's over here.
I get challenged all the time for my height to Polaris from two different positions. Can you tell me the height to Polaris
You want
from two different positions,
the
please?
height to Polaris, yes? You mean the distance, or do you mean altitude, azimuth, height?
Your height, your altitude, basically the straight side of the triangle. If we're looking, if our theta is from the ground and you're looking out to a point underneath Polaris, to the height to the zenith, basically the straight overhead height to that position. The height of the GP. So your
Brian,
altitude, your altitude angle. Okay, the height of your altitude angle. How about that?
You're
What?
You're
Oh,
confusing
you mean
distance.
the angle to Polaris, yes? Yeah, because right now
Don't need the
you are
angle.
confusing
We've already
the
measured
things.
the angle. Okay, I need the height.
I mean distance to Polaris.
You're confusing the
Yeah,
distance with
sure.
the angle
Call it
above
what you
the
want. You know what a
horizon.
height is, right? You know what height of the altitude angle is, right?
You're confusing the distance to Polaris with the height above the horizon or the angle above the horizon, Brian. Those are two completely different things. Do you understand that?
All right, can I have a shout out? No, yeah, he's not interrupting. Don't worry about it, Walter Disling. I gotta appreciate it. Big super chat. The first super chat today. Walter came through with a 48 CHFs. Don't disturb the conversation by reading this super chat. I didn't have to disrupt it. We were kind of just back and forth. I'm just actually holding the fort and taking a deep breath so you guys can process what you need to say. And there's a confusion. The confusion is we are kind of putting together altitude, like height, versus observable height above the horizon. So we're talking about the degrees, what we can see above the horizon versus an actual physical distance from the Earth to the star. Why are we doing that? This is to separate that we're trying to bring, right?
I'm going to
I
guess
get
what
asked all the time, man,
Brian
about
wants to
height of
know.
flare. So
I'm
I'm
going to
just, you
guess
know,
what
I've
do you
never turned
mean.
it back around. So I'm asking, you know, I'm turning the question back around.
Well,
Jose,
the thing is,
Uh,
Brian,
you would agree
hold
they've
on,
asked
hold
me
on.
the height of Polaris several times, wouldn't you?
Let's clarify. Let's get it clear so that you understand.
yeah.
We're not talking about the height above the ground, like looking straight up and how far is it to Polaris. When we talk about the height of Polaris, we're talking about the angular distance it is from the horizon to the star. You would take that reading with a sextant to get that answer.
Okay, so why would you ask me that when all I have to do is get a sextant and give you the answer?
Let's
That's
see.
not what they asked, Howard. Hold on, my point is that is not what they ask. They asked me for the height from two different positions. Okay, I can give the angle to two different positions anywhere. I'm specifically asked for the height all the time.
Do you know why? Do you know why, Brian? Let me explain it to you. Because
well, I know it doesn't matter why. I'm asking you the height in your model. So can you give me the height in your model? This is what happens when I ask a question.
Do you mean the
Let's
distance
get
from the Earth? Hold on.
back up.
Okay.
Yeah, back and forward. No, you be people and Brian is your time now, but back and forward. Let's try not to talk over each other too much. And big shout out, people. I see what you did for me over here on PayPal. Thank you very much, brother, man. That helps a lot.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Problem.
I have the answer actually. It's
Lubo.
432 light years away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
432 light years away, plus minus 6 light years.
Let's go back to if anybody have any images to share, I'm gonna start screen sharing again. People, go ahead. Right.
So does that answer your question, Brian? The height of Polaris, or which one do you want? The angle above the horizon, or you want the distance? Because I think
I
Luke
don't want
Lobo
the
just
angle.
gave you
Okay,
the
I'm
distance.
asked all the time for the height. So let me be specific.
Okay, the distance was given 400 something light years.
Let me listen to you. Let me be specific real quick. Then I'll hear you. Okay, I'm asking for the height of Polaris from two different locations. I'm asked all the time. So don't worry about what I'm asked. Forget it. It's my turn to ask. So I'm asking you for the height to Polaris from two different positions and show me the math. So after you answer, I'd like Lubo to show me the math he did to get that answer of the 52 light years.
So do you understand why people ask flat earthers the height of Polaris, right? Because the farther away Polaris is from flat Earth, the harder it is for you guys to explain why everyone on Earth can't see it at the same time.
Okay, well, I'm asking you, okay, B-Ball? I'm asking you. Tell me the height to Polaris from
the
two
height
different
of Polaris. You mean the distance from Earth?
From
or
whenever
the angle above the
Polaris is
horizon?
right over your head. From
Yeah, it's
whenever
400 something light years away.
From the spot. Yeah.
400 something light years away. That's. Let me Google
Show me the
it.
math. Show me the math. How you triangulated that?
It's the use stellar parallax. The
But that's a
exact math,
different
I don't
topic.
know.
So we're talking two
Yeah,
different
that's different.
topics. We're talking two different
Yeah.
topics. We're talking the height of Polaris, an actual physical height. Like if Brian asked me the height of the sun, we're talking about 93 million miles away. That's the height that you want to talk about, Brian. And what I think Brian and the people and the others want to talk about is the height of Polaris above the horizon. What is visual? What can be measured with a
Angular height.
angular height? Yeah,
So
we're
we
talking
can't triangulate. So just to be clear, we can't triangulate the heavenly bodies or the the star.
Yes, you can. That's a different.
Yes, they can.
Well, show me, please. That's what I'm asking for. Show me the height.
So
Oh my God.
That's why exactly what I was what I was saying. You want to talk about that type of height, Brian. You don't want to talk about the height above the horizon, what you can measure with a sextant, right? That's not what you want to talk about, Brian. You want to talk about an actual physical height of the object.
Do you think they're asking me for the angle, Jose, when they ask me for height? Because I can go out and give them an angle. The angle doesn't mean shit, Jose.
That's what they're
The angle
trying.
is-
That's what they're saying. That's what they're trying to talk about to you, but you want to talk about a physical height. Like, what's the height of the moon now that I see over the horizon? Well, we know the moon is 247 till 7,000 miles away. No, that's not the height we're talking about. We're talking about the visual angular height, visual from the Earth to the objects.
Okay, just
Yeah,
remember that when they ask me for
maybe
the height to the sun. The next time that y'all ask me for the height to the sun, I'm gonna just give you an angle.
Hey, once we're done with this, can we talk about the elephant in the room, please?
Yes, and we gotta specify if they want
Hey,
to talk
thanks for
about the
rearranging my question though. For
Brian,
me,
Brian, yes, Brian, I heard the question. When they ask you about the height of the sun, they need to specify: is it the visual height, whatever you can see above the horizon, or will we be talking about an actual physical height? What is the height of the sun above the earth? We need to specify this. Now it's been specified. You left. I don't know why you left, but hopefully you can come back. Maybe you had a phone call or something.
He
He
didn't want
bailed.
to talk about the. Yeah, we'll see. He'll probably come back. I want to make sure that he was paying attention to the beginning of the show. So whenever he comes back, we'll ask him.
I think he was disconnected. I was disconnected too. Don't know why. Discord probably.
I was kicked off earlier, and I came and jumped back in my truck. I was fueling my truck, and it kicked me off, and then I came back in and opened my screen back up, and it connected me to Jim's server, and I never hung up on this call. It did it itself. That's weird.
Yes, same with me.
He's
By the
probably
way, if you see right now my screen, I'm still sharing. This is my view. If I point directly to the north, I just can't see Polaris because it's too far away from the actual celestial pole.
There you go. Brian is back. Yeah, Discord is been having issues kicking people off and whatever since earlier today.
Yeah. Anyway, Brian, you are back. We were talking about things when we talk about height on the flat Earth. It's because the distance to any stars would differ based on where you are location on Earth, because Earth is flat, and with different angles we would get different values to the stars. So that's why we talk about what's actual height of the distance from the North Pole to the star on the flat Earth, because it doesn't fit. That's when we talk about height on flat Earth.
Man, I'm gonna need you to say all that again, man. I'm having problems here. I heard you say that that the height would change on a flat Earth. But yeah, I would say that the height would change on any shape. If you change distance, the height's going to change. Period.
No, if it's very far away, it will be basically parallel.
No, we're not talking about height. We're not talking about that height. Remember, we're talking about the angular height. Remember,
hey, gentlemen. What if we were to use the words angle and distance, but not the word height here? Vertical angle and distance. That way we don't have to ask what we're talking about.
Yeah, good idea.
Sure. So we don't need the math. We don't need to show the math of how we got it. Just we're talking about the angle and the distance, which is already known, and the and what else?
I mean, that's well known on the globe, Brian. I think the issue is you wanting to make it work on a flat Earth.
What do you mean make it work? It's reality. It doesn't matter what.
Well, the reality is the globe. Reality is the globe.
Or triangular. We know that the angle to the stars change about roughly, not exactly, but roughly about 60 nautical miles per degree, according to the celestial sphere. According to the celestial.
Do you understand, Brian? Do you understand that that's a linear function, right? Do you know what a linear function is?
Yeah, I do. But do you? Okay. What?
Yes, I do.
Sure. Okay, so
no, I'm not making stuff up.
Now, no matter how you draw your map, okay, if you don't map it out 60 miles per degree, it's not going to match reality. So before we discuss the shape of the Earth and a map, would we all agree that that to map it out, the stars above the celestial dome or the whatever you want to call it, if it's not 60 miles, if the ground doesn't match 60 miles per degree, doesn't match reality.
No, well, what I do know is that on a flat surface, the star wouldn't drop 1 degree for every 69 miles I traveled away from it, because that wouldn't be it doesn't happen on a flat surface, man. It's not a linear
What do you
function.
mean? What do
On
you
a
mean it
curved
doesn't
surface,
happen? Hold on. Hold on.
because on a curved surface, it wouldn't be a linear function. The farther
Yeah,
away you
but if
go, the
you curve
slower.
the
Hold on.
sky.
Hold on. The farther away you go, the slower and slower and slower it'll start to descend. So it gets to a point where it wouldn't even be perceivable. That's
What are you
what
talking
happens on
about,
flat
dude?
surfaces.
If
I'm
you
talking
curve the
about
sky, works like you know what a compass is, not a compass,
curve
but
the sky.
right, yeah, the
So again,
celestial dome.
okay, so again, let's say we have a curved dome sky, right? We have stars affixed to this curved dome sky. It would be the same, because you're still angling to a fixed point above above a flat surface. It would still be the same thing. It wouldn't drop at the same rate as it would on a curved surface. So I'm sorry, your curved sky still wouldn't work. The ground has to be curved for this to be a linear function.
Can you see my screen?
No, hold on. After this, can we please address something that was shown at the beginning of this live stream?
You can't see my screen the way what you call it was showing it. I just have my camera on.
Yeah, I see it.
You see the protractor?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, see the bottom of the protractor, the flat part. Instead of the center of the Earth, okay, that's the ground, and the part above it, the round part, that's the celestial dome. Okay, so that's the ground instead of the center of your Earth. How you chop it in half to make a flat plane to measure your angles. Okay, we're just measuring them from the ground.
We don't do it that way.
That still wouldn't work, Brian. You're on a flat surface moving away from a fixed point in the sky. Whether that sky is curved or whatever, it's still going to behave the same.
There's no fixed point in the sky.
The stars, right? The star is a fixed point you're looking at. You're moving away from
Even
it.
Solaris moves. I mean, even Polaris moves. Everything moves. There's no fixed points.
Yeah,
Everything's
okay, got it. But look, listen. A fixed point in the sky is going to behave differently when you move away on a flat surface than if you're on a curved surface. It's going to drop down, and it's going to drop by a measurable rate.
Okay, what's the distance? I mean, what's the angle going to be then?
On
a flat plane, or on anything?
Let's see, on a globe. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Now, grid lines. All right, so 1,500 miles, right? On a globe, let's see. Give me a second. I'm doing something.
Like 21 to 22 degrees?
Hold on, man. Y'all don't answer for B-ball.
1,500 miles?
No answers for B-ball.
You said 1,500 miles? It's going to be about... It's going to be about 68 degrees above the horizon.
That's absolutely wrong.
All right, hold on. I got a phone call. I'll be right back. I got a phone call.
That's not even close. But anyway, I'll wait for him to get back. So he always asks me all these questions when he don't even have a clue to the answer on his own fucking model. That's my point in doing this.
What was your question, Brian?
Okay, I traveled 1,500 miles from Polaris. Okay, on your model, you already answered, bro.
Okay.
Okay, now what's my Hold on, I want to ask B-ball first. The next question. It's directly related. It's part B of the same question. So please don't answer for him. Please don't answer for him this time.
Okay, go ahead. I had a phone call. Sorry.
Okay, so 1,000 miles. Let's say 1,000 miles. I'll give you a new test. Okay, so all you do, B-ball, is just divide 1,000 by 69. So if I'm 1,000 miles under, how many degrees am I away from Polaris?
Robot.
Nico.
Go again, Brian.
They're no longer 1,500 miles. I'm 1,000 miles away from underneath Polaris. It's my angle on a globe.
Right. On a globe? On a globe, you said?
He did.
Yeah, on your model,
one
bro.
second. All right, 1,000 miles is going to be about 75 degrees above the horizon.
No,
Yes.
I'm asking if I'm underneath Polaris. I'm underneath
Oh, if
Polaris.
you're
B-ball.
underneath
And I
Polaris,
travel
okay.
1,000 miles. What's my angle to Polaris?
Wait. Okay, so Polaris is directly above you, right?
Yeah, so in other words, Polaris would be zero. Zero. It's
All right.
straight over my head.
And you said what angle it should be? Wait,
No,
say
you know
your
what? You can do
question.
it the other
Read your
way.
question again.
It's all the
Read your
same.
question
It's all
again.
the same. You can. I'm good with you. You can do it the other way. It makes no difference, man. That's fine. What was your answer? 70. What?
75 degrees.
Okay. Good. Now, if the ground is flat and I travel 1,000 miles away, what's going to be my angle?
All right, now, how high? Now, this is when you need to know how far Polaris is away from
What
the
are you
flat
talking
surface.
about? No.
So is Polaris the same distance from flat Earth as it is to the globe?
So now I need to know how high Polaris is. Before
Yes, now
it
you
didn't
do.
fucking matter.
Now
Before
you
it didn't
do.
matter, but now it matters.
Okay. Yes, it does. Because on a flat surface, on a flat Earth, there'd be no reason for everyone on Earth not to see Polaris at the same
So
time.
figure it out. Figure it out and give me an answer.
All right,
Since
let's see.
You know
How far away is Polaris, right? Let's say Polaris is 10,000 miles, right?
No, we're 1,000 miles, B-ball. I'm asking for the angle
Okay,
on
how
a flat
far
Earth.
away is
You
Polaris,
like to
though?
talk about a flat Earth all the time. So
Okay.
on your flat Earth that you talk about all the time, I'm asking you if I go 1,000 miles, what's the angle now?
Okay, is Polaris the same distance from Earth or
I don't
no?
know. This flat Earth you're always talking about, that one.
We need to know how far Polaris is. Because if it's close, we need to know how close.
Yeah,
Give me a number.
you're always telling us about the flat Earth and what works and what doesn't work. So I'm asking you for that one, that description, the one you give us all the time, the one that doesn't work.
All right, give me a number. How far Polaris is? Want me to make, or do you want me to make one up for you?
Missing my whole point here, B-ball. My point is you're saying how the flat Earth don't work. So your model that you're describing that don't work, I'd like to know on that model.
Okay, so I need to know how far away Polaris is. Angle A, right? Angle A would be the straight above. Not angle. The distance above. That would be for one side of the triangle, and then the bottom of the triangle would be angle would be B. So I need to know A.
Let me say something, Jose, real quick. This is what I meant. When they said that now they're charging me to get a height. You know, when I don't think nobody knows what the height is, but they don't need a height, right? And in celestial navigation,
I want to answer that.
Hold on. Yeah, thank you. So
go
when
ahead.
And
then I want to answer.
All right, I'm almost done at this point. So when I'm doing celestial navigation, it's just grabbing the circle around Polaris, the fixed circle that the stars do every night, and the height has nothing to do with it at all on any fucking model. In Almanac, there's height doesn't play any part, and but they charge me with a height, and so I'm charging it back to them, and then everything changes.
All right, I got to answer Bibo. I got to answer that. He told me he did an observation that you guys are asking him how high Polaris is. The same way that you asked earlier how high was Polaris in height, they told you it's 200 and whatever light years away. That's it. That's all they need to do, because that's the reality. That's the fact. That's the data. That's the understanding. That's the world.
No, that don't work, bro. I checked it and it doesn't work.
And you not interrupt me while I finish my point. That's half of my point.
Half of my point is when you asked earlier, they answer you. They told you this many light years away, and then we move on. Now they are asking you the same thing to return to as a courtesy, return the favor when they ask you how high is Polaris. And then when you answer them how high is Polaris, then you can continue working in this problem that you got going on of what you can see and why.
No, no, I checked it. It doesn't work. It ain't even close. There's if you put the Polaris at 52 light years, then nothing works on the model. Nothing at all.
Yeah,
Try and
but how did you check
check
it?
it. It doesn't work.
How did you check
Okay,
it?
how did you check it? You say you double checked it.
I put Polaris, the height of it, and the quadrillions of miles, and I checked the angle, and it didn't.
What is that?
match.
14 zeros? All
Just
right,
try
14
it. Try
zeros.
it. I'm not going to do it for you. Just check it. Doesn't work. And the last statement was we're not going to talk about that height. We're going to talk about angular height. Okay. So what's up?
We treat it as
So
infinite.
14 zeros, right? In miles. I think it's quadrillion miles or something like that. And then B would be what, 1,000 miles?
This is an obfuscation tactic. As long as they can get away from the argument, from them answering how works on a flat Earth, they grab any grab straws they can grab, so they can avoid answering.
So check this out. Hold on, Brian. Wait, Brian. Wait, Brian. Hold on.
And I'm the one
So if we keep Polaris at the same distance, right? And we move 1,000 miles away on flat Earth, guess what angle it's going to be still?
I don't know.
It's going to be 90 degrees. It's still going to be 90 degrees.
All right. So your model don't work. So no wonder everything you say.
No, this is the flat Earth. This is the flat Earth.
No,
This is the flat Earth model.
That's the flat Earth, Brian. That's the flat Earth.
That's the flat Earth model.
It's hilarious, bro. Because on his model, on B-Ball's model, I can move 1,000 miles and the angle doesn't change even a degree.
That's not true. I just showed you how it changed.
I don't like your flat Earth model, B-Ball.
Okay, so which one should we use?
Well, what's yours? What's yours?
All right.
I mean,
can we please?
There's no way, you know. There's it's only the flatter model. It's the flat plane. It's the surface that we stand on, and then the objects in the sky has to be certain height. Now, that's where you come in, Brian, and say what's the height of the objects in the sky, and we can work it from there.
Exactly.
So can we please talk about the elephant in the room now, Brian? Brian, were you paying attention to the beginning of the show?
Nah, I missed the beginning, man.
Okay, so you're gonna have to go back. Well, I mean, we can either go through it again, or you can go back and listen to the beginning of the show. Which one you want to do?
Anyway, B-Ball, man, if you triangulate reality, okay, if you
Brian, answer the question, please.
Let me answer Jose's question, man. I'm not doing the I'm not pretty much trying to hold y'all to the same standard. I'm going to give you my standard, okay? In reality, if you triangulate, if I go underneath Polaris and I move 69 miles, it will change 1 degree. That's reality. So before I know what we're standing on, all I know is that I moved 69 miles or 60 nautical miles, and the angle to Polaris, motherfucker, and Polaris changed by 1 degree, right? So I put that in for my triangulation. I put in 1 degree change, and so it's 89 degrees instead of 90, and then I put in 69 miles for my baseline. I will get a triangulated height of 3958.7 of the height to Polaris above the ground on a flat map, a flat ground.
And Brian, do you know how you would then determine whether the ground? And then do you know how you would determine whether the ground is flat or not? You go the other 69 miles because you would not expect the same 1 degree. And then you go another 69 miles, you would not expect 1 degree. You'd go all the way out like 69 miles, and lo and behold, they're all 1 degree. They're all 1 degree.
Yes, you would be, bro. You need to start watching my videos, bro. You're sounding like an idiot for anybody who's watched the videos. I showed how you keep going 1 degree, 2 degrees, 5 degrees, 10 degrees, 15 degrees, 20 degrees. It starts breaking down at about 24 degrees. Like once you go like 1,500 miles, then it starts messing up by like a degree. It's off just a smidge, okay? And but I think once you get about 1,000 miles away, when you start traveling thousands of miles, it's going to be hard to double check that distance. But
So,
either way,
Brian,
man, you're going to have, you might have some variables kicking in by then, like refraction. Once you get
what height did
1,000
you
miles
have?
away, bro.
What height did you have with that 1 degree at 69 miles? What height? You said 30.
I'll post a video, man. It's short.
Just tell me the height, and then tell me using
I just told you wasn't listening, bro. I told you the height. I just said if you triangulate in on a flat ground and you move 69 miles and the angle changes 1 degree, that gives you a height above the ground of 3,958.7.
Hey, can we?
It ain't my number. It ain't my number. It's math number. Just so y'all know, when y'all ask me my number, it's reality
All right,
number.
guys. All right, we need to go back to
Please.
Beeble, to the beginning over there. Beeble, go ahead.
Yes, we need to get back to something, Brian. Can we discuss something we talked about yesterday?
Go ahead, man. I need to.
All right. So yesterday, I asked you whether or not you watched the entire video of that 24-hour sun. Remember that? Ryan?
Bro, I just told you I'm trying to stop this bleeding. I'm listening, but I can't answer questions. And you asked me a fucking question around the gate. I'm listening.
Okay.
Just tell me whatever you guys.
You told me that you watched the. Because I want to know whether or not you were being truthful. I'm gonna assume you were being truthful, right? So you said you watched the entire video. Can you tell me how long it was? The entire interview. How long was the interview? All right, so I'm not going to answer. Okay, the interview was an hour and 15 minutes long. Did you watch the entire hour and 15 minutes of the interview?
Yeah, he's muted. I heard him losing his shit. He probably tripped and fell, or he cut himself. He's taking care of. He's hurt, so he's not gonna be able to mute and unmute like in the back and forth.
Well, I need him to. I need him to answer this question. Doesn't work unless he participates. So I'll wait. You guys can want to talk about something else. I'll wait until he's ready.
I just want to quickly point out that if the bullshit that Brian said that a fucking first grader could debunk was true and it was 3,958 miles, then you'd only have to go 3,958 miles for it to be exactly 45 degrees. That's not what happens. And that would be a flat earth. That's not what happens. A child can see that.
So everybody can see that Brian Leakey is human. Doesn't matter how many science experiments he do with gas canisters and electricity and all kinds of gadgets and magnets and shit. Whenever you least suspect it, he just cut himself with some debris around. Whatever it is, yeah.
Don't forget the fishing line.
Probably he tripped, yeah, he tripping one of his old experiments, fishing line, tugging somewhere in the corner. His shit.
Mute.
Fell on his sailboat.
Yeah, man. Shout out to 52 people watching. Good stuff.
I mean, now is when we can get down. We can get to the bottom of this. You know. Come on, Brian. You were so much energy. Now all of a sudden, I don't know,
Bruh. It's not come on, man, or come on. You know, it's come on, bro. When you bro me, then you're talking my language.
That's kind of the thing that Brian does. Like he'll make a bunch of claims about something, right? And then when we clearly show that what he said was either wrong or completely wrong, he kind of runs away from it and then just finds another topic to be wrong about. And he won't go back to that topic anymore.
Yeah, but what do you expect from someone that thinks line of sight bends?
Yeah.
Brian, don't forget to put a crazy glue where you got hurt. Crazy glue, and then wrap it up with Gorilla duct tape. Not just regular
Super
duct tape,
glue.
the Gorilla
Super
one.
glue.
Yeah, super glue, and
I
then
think
Gorilla
someone-
duct tape in top of the hurt. Of the
I think someone else was using his light curves at 69 miles per degree. Someone else was using that that thing that he
I'm
uses.
back, man. I fucked my toe up pretty good. Sorry about that. But no,
Okay.
yeah, I heard everything y'all was saying pretty much, man. But no refraction. There's really no refraction. The angle, yeah, the angle to light changes. You could say bends or curves, but the angle to light changes about 69 miles per degree approximately. But then when you get like once you start to get like 1,000 miles away, now let's remember that's halfway across America. Okay, really, it still doesn't change. But when you get about 1,500, like almost clear across a country, if you're in a boat, you're talking about days of traveling. Then light starts refracting. The sun, you start getting a little bit of refraction, but it ain't much, until you get thousands of miles away.
And how did Professor Brian prove this then?
Well, you just said I couldn't respond, man. I had my hands full. But you just said that any first grader could see that if you travel 69 miles, the height wouldn't be 3959. But that's not my claim. That's trigonometry, bro. That's trigonometry.
That's not what I said. What I said is if it's 3,900 miles high, because you've worked it out from that 1 degree, if you travel 3,900 miles and look back at it, guess what? It's at 45 degrees. But guess what? In fucking reality, a child knows that's not true.
So you're talking about days of travel, especially if I'm on a boat, or for the people trying to figure this stuff out. You're talking
If only we had a way to communicate across mass distance instantly and get someone at 45 degrees away from us to look at the same thing. If only, Jesus.
First off, you don't know what's happening 3,000 miles away, bro. Okay. I'm sorry to tell you, y'all think y'all do, but it's a model. Okay. Just don't forget it's a model. Okay.
All right, Brian. Before you,
my family and asking and having a video call. Jesus, Brian.
Brian, before you left, I had asked you a question. Are you able to answer that question now?
What's the question, B-Walt?
So yesterday you claimed that you watched that entire interview. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna assume that you did watch the entire video, the entire 1 hour and 15-minute interview. Is that true?
It was over an hour. I watched it in fast speed. I skipped a couple of boring ass spots, but I don't think I missed any of the good parts. But
so
why would I want to sit there and watch that whole thing anyway, B-Ball? B-Ball, did you ever challenge me to watch this?
Yeah, how many times did they play that that clip?
A few times. They played another clip too, where the guy's just driving along the fucking.
Yes, they played it twice. Okay, my question is, why didn't you show the second time they played it?
The first time he showed it in fast speed. The second time he showed it in regular speed and only and speeded through a few parts. Yeah.
No. The first. Okay, here we go. The first time they played it, right? They played the part from the documentary.
No. The first time they played it was the documentary cut. So don't talk about the documentary cut. The first one that they played it without changing the speed was the one that started at the mountain.
Exactly. That's from the documentary. Are you not aware
Let's
of that?
never discuss that ever again, B-Ball. Do me a favor.
Wait. Hold on. Are you aware that the first time they went over it was the part from the documentary, the edited portion?
Right. So let's never talk about the one that starts at the mountain.
We're going to continue talking about it right now.
B-Ball, what's the point in ever discussing the one that starts at the mountain, since that's not the fucking one?
Because that's the one that you guys are claiming that's fake. But if you would have continued watching it, Brian, if you would have continued watching the documentary, you would have seen that they
the whole thing, dude.
Okay, hold on. So if you would have continued watching it, you would have seen that after that they played the original footage that was not cut.
No shit.
Okay, so why didn't you go over
In
that
my
footage?
video, I had
Hold on.
the guy. Hold on, let me talk, bro. Please don't interrupt,
All
man,
right.
sir, because I don't get all fucking stupid. All right, look, I played him working out the original. He was narrating the original video. That's the one I used in my video. Is the original which he narrated.
Which was the edited documentary footage? Okay. Okay, Jose, can we're gonna go through this again. Jose, go ahead and pull up. Can you share your screen and pull up the 3 timestamps I put in?
Already up.
Okay, I can't wait. I got to get to a spot where I can.
I got what I got on my screen share, Brian. If you look at my screen share, I should be sharing 3 timestamps. This is from the original video, Anthony Powell, Antarctic documentary filmmaker. This is the 1 hour and 15-minute video. And if we go to the comment section, we got 3 comments by Earth is Live with 3 timestamps. I'm sharing the 3 timestamps. Just let me know which one, and I'll click on them.
Okay, so if you click, hold on.
Let me make a comment. If you're narrating a video, if you're editing it, and you don't want to put in the beginning, you just clip the beginning out. It's not going to change the rest of your video. That's in reality though. So I don't know what you're talking about, but in reality, just clip the beginning of it. You don't got to do all these stupid edits. If it's a day and a half, then just clip the first half a day. And
all right, so the first one at 54:34, that's the one you were talking about in your video, which is
and you'll notice observation
documentary footage, which they claim is edited. That's this one, where it starts on a mountain and ends on a mountain.
It's from the video you sent me.
No, yeah. This is the edited documentary footage. Now, Jose, okay, you can stop this one, and now I want you to go to the other one. Go to the one that says 58:30.
That's the same one, B-Ball.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not the same one. If you had watched this portion,
that's why he's trying to show you, Brian, that it's not the same one.
So in the future, whatever it is you want me to watch, don't send something else, bro. You know, because I did.
Okay,
I happened to
the one that I sent you is this. The one that I sent you is this exact footage they're about to show.
Bro, you made a video. Okay, you literally made a video.
So this, okay,
my name in it, showing the wrong shit.
No, I didn't. So this is the footage. This is the original unedited footage. You see where it starts at? It doesn't start on the mountain, does it?
No shit. And then he narrates it, right?
Yeah, he was narrating the edited footage, Brian.
Yeah,
he was narrating
in my video, I had to delete his voice so I could talk over it.
Yeah, that's not this portion. You were talking about the edited portion. This is not the edited portion. This is the unedited portion. This is the one where they took. Hold on, wait, hold on, real quick. Hold on. They took clips from this unedited portion and they made the edited footage. Do you understand that? Because once we're done here, I'm going to show you exactly how they did it. Do you understand? Does that make sense? They clipped this one, the unedited footage, and they made the edited footage that starts and stops on the mountain. Do you understand?
Okay, I just watched it, and there's a rainbow cut on the first side. Okay, the owner of the footage. Okay, then there's the fucking fade, the cloud fade on the second side. So it's the same shit, bro. There's alligator clouds on the third side, the rainbow cut on the second side, the fucking the admitted clip cut on the second side, and the first side there's the rainbow cut. It's in the original, bro. So whatever. What's your point?
So you're still claiming that the unedited footage is edited?
There's cuts, bro. It's
And
all I'm telling
also,
you, man.
again, again, had you watched the original footage, he even talks about how the camera misfires
So let me ask you a
in the
question.
beginning, where it shows
Let
the
me ask you a
rainbow.
question, man. Is the smoke gonna go backwards back into the chimney?
We're not gonna get into the smoke because that's a non-factor. We're not gonna get into that. It's a non-factor.
I went and watched some other live streams, time lapses, and none of them did that. It's weird how just that video and just every chimney on that side, the smoke's going backwards, and no other time lapse fucking videos. I mean, I didn't see the exact thing about chimneys and all that, but I'm just saying.
So
I've seen it.
maybe we can talk about these chimneys after we sort out after we understand that there are two clips footages, one unedited, one edited.
Yes. So Jose, go ahead and play my video that I sent you. How I'm going to show you exactly how they created it.
Yeah, but this is a different format, people. I'm screwed on this one, man.
Oh no, not that one. Just play the YouTube one that I made.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah.
So Brian, if you can sit and listen and pay attention, or you wait, just make sure Brian is listening.
Hey, what's up,
Brian? Are you listening?
Yeah, man, I'm listening.
Okay. So watch this video, and I'm going to show you exactly how they used the unedited footage and they made the edited footage.
But you're listening to the screen share, Brian?
Everybody, this is
Do you hear people there?
Earth is Life, and I wanted to try and go through this 24-hour footage that we had a discussion with Brian on Jose's, and I'm going to show you exactly how they created the edited portion on the documentary. So let me see. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my original, because I've already created it, right? So here is the edited version that I created myself. So what they did was they started here. They wanted to start the video on the mountain, right? Just for visual effect for the documentary, right? And what they did was they cut it right here. They cut it right here, and they moved that portion back. I'm going to show you exactly how they did it, and then they went around and they ended it on the mountain again, right? But this is how they did it. So I'm going to go back home, and I'm going to go to the original version, and I'm going to create it. So they wanted the begin and end on the mountain. So what they did was they started it on the mountain, right? So this right here will be the beginning of the cut, beginning of the video in the documentary. Let me see if I can get as close as possible right here. So they cut it right here, right? So that'll be the beginning of the video. And they wanted to end it on the mountain again. So as you see here, this is the end of that clip, right? But what they did was, and the guy in the documentary explains it. Right here, when the sun goes behind the lamp, this is where they joined. Where he specifically said, this is where they join the two ends together. So I'm going to cut here, make another cut right here, bam, and I'm going to remove that little extra, right? So, and as you see here, let me see, where is it? Right here. They took this part right here, right there. The sun is behind the lamp, and they made another cut right here. So the rest of this is not even in that video. This is the portion of the video that's not even in that documentary. This little portion right here, this little 26 seconds is not in the documentary. So what they did was they took this part and they moved it to the end. They put it right here. Now it's not going to be perfect because my editing software is not perfect, but you'll see how it works. And they took this part and they removed it. Bam. So now this is how it is in the documentary, right? They wanted to start and stop on the mountain, so it goes around. I'm not going to speed it up because I just want to get you guys to get the full effect. And as you can see, I literally did it exactly how they would have done it when in the editing portion. Right, so now that cut is coming up to where they cut it. It's not. You're probably going to see a little bit of a skip because it's not perfect because my editing software is not the best. So right here, where they join the two ends together. And see? And going back to the beginning of the video. Same clouds. That is exactly how they edited that video. So whatever, Brian, I hope this kind of explains it to you. This is how they edited that video. They cut it right here, and they moved it to the end, and they joined those two ends together right here. This is where they joined those two ends together, right here. Right, and that's exactly what they're explaining. They took the original footage, they edited it, and they joined the two ends together right here. Now, I hope this kind of explains it to you, but if it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and check out the rest of my videos if you're interested. And as always, peace.
Now, Brian, does that explain it? Does it make more sense now how they did it?
In reality, if we have a day and a half of film or a day and 3/4, let's say if we have 36 hours and we want to show, if we want to show just 24 hours of it, we want to cut out the beginning, we just remove the beginning. There ain't all that stitching shit. I'm talking about in real life, in reality. You just remove the fucking beginning and have it start at the fucking mountain. You know, there's none of that stitching crazy stupid shit. But you have at least an explanation. But you know that really doesn't explain the smoke going fucking in the wrong direction, man. It's the only thing we could judge by the direction, and it goes backwards, man.
I have
Okay,
answered
so
about
you
the
can
smoke.
so you can have your smoke, weird smoke. Okay, whatever. If that's what you want to claim, whatever. But now, do you understand the difference between the edited footage and the unedited footage? Do you understand the difference now?
Yeah, man. Never didn't.
I think there was I think there was kind of a misunderstanding which footage you thought was the original footage.
That's pretty much what the guy explained, man. Pretty much that's what he explained in the video.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and he stitched it. He had two sections, and he stitched it in the middle. That's what he said. That was his words.
Yes, but they didn't do that on the original footage. They took the original footage and they edited it so that they can put that portion in the documentary just for a visual effect because the editor wanted to start and stop on the mountain. That's it.
All right, I'll check it out. I'll look it over and I'll give you my final response. In case I'm not good with any of that, but on its face sounds okay.
Guys, we are gonna wrap it up for the day. Earlier today, it's really hot in here. I gotta take care of the dogs and take care of myself. I'm feeling a lot better. I don't want to abuse myself and stay out here in the heat too much during the show. But I just want to thank everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. We do a quick round of final thoughts. Big thank you. One PayPal that I got earlier by actually you, Earth Live, big time help, man. Thank you so much. And I got a big super chat by Walter Bisling earlier also. If anybody would like to support, there's a link in the description box on how to do that. Support each other. Check on support content creators all the time. Let's get some final thoughts. We'll begin with you, Brian Leake. Bra.
Yeah, man. Apologize for my behavior last video, man. It's just it's a hell of a damn argument, man. It's a hell of an argument. I'll say that much. But as far I did want to make a point today, like the height doesn't matter. Reality shows 69 miles roughly per degree. So whatever's causing that, you know, the height never comes up in celestial navigation. And whether it's the height to Polaris above the ground or to the center of the Earth, I believe the easier way to model it with the with probably mathematically the least explanations would have been to move it down to the center of a ball. I would agree that would be a way more feasible way to model it. But as far as proving it, you know, that's a different story. So that's what we're trying to do, you know, is come up with evidence and discuss that and go back and forth. Sometimes it gets passionate, but I appreciate you welcoming me, man. Thanks.
Thank you. Discord user, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Earth is live. Final thoughts?
Hey, Good show, Jose. Thanks a lot for allowing me to present those things. I know everybody probably wanted to talk about other topics, but I just really needed to make sure that Brian was aware of where he was either mistaken or wrong. But that's, you know, I'm glad we were able to hash that out. Again, great show, and then if you like this content, like and subscribe. Support this channel.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that, man. Shout out to Flip Flop, Left Bro Lane. Final thoughts.
That was a good show today, Jose. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We got Lubo in China. Final thoughts.
Not really. I mean, it was expected. Good show. I will stick around a little bit longer, and yeah, like and subscribe.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, no Globe is here for final thoughts.
No, I don't have any.
All right. Nestle Wipes, final thoughts. And the Stingray is here.
Yeah, good show, Jose. Always good to see a grown man denying reality and the fact that 1 degree might work, but if you go 2 degrees, 3 degrees, 4 degrees, it contradicts your flat fucking delusion. And it's always nice to see a grown man denying mathematics and basic trigonometry, something that children grasp and do very early on. And I find it immensely entertaining at all of these flat earthers and the absolute depths to which they'll stoop to cling on to their delusions. Enjoyable, Jose. Thank you.
Thank you
Says the
very much,
line
Stingray. Now, most of the time in all these years that Stingray have participated here, we have already heard the cool, calm, and collected the Stingray. But in the next few days, hopefully, you can come in, Stingray. And Brian is also here, and we will all go on mute, and then we will have only Brian Leakey and the Stingray having a back and forth, a one-on-one back and forth. But this time, hopefully, we'll get the not too cool and not too collected Stingray to talk a one-on-one with Brian Leakey, and it will be all in, and I will love that. I hope we can see that. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Hey, thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it for coming in. Make sure that the bell notification icon is on and you are subscribed. I'm out of here. Jose JG out. Boom. Thank you.
Did everyone else leave? Is nobody else giving final thoughts?